Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the site of the 200th Coke Vanilla Cup Series race. But before we get to that, we'll have to set the field of 42. And alongside me to do so is Stephen Paul III and Austin LaPlante.
Hello, guys.
Yo.
On the front row for this one will be Matt Dixon alongside Tim Randolph. So Tim Randolph locking himself into the field. I'll show you a little bit of it. Smet Ozkan, Zachary Fitzwater in row 2 with Alexander Rowe and Chris Wilson row 3. Kenny Moma, Chris Levier row 4. And Brian Hart, William Flickinger row 5. Quickly, here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand over to Steven and Austin for their thoughts and predictions for the duels.
Austin.
Okay, well, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, what can you say? Very historic racetrack, always meant for Indy cars. Glad NASCAR now is going to go to the road course, but not in Charles Series. He's probably going to go for as long as he can in on this most historic oval. What else can you say? Quick 16 lapper for a set up the duels, and well, he'll going to give you the command in like 3 seconds.
I'll go out.
Not right, not wrong.
Drivers, start your engines!
Command has been given as we'll get ready to roll off for, as mentioned, 16 laps here of caution-free action at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
And that's why I try to speak very quickly, Stephen. Go.
It's going to be interesting here. We've seen a lot of wrecks here. William Flickinger finished 6th here last year with no rear end and no hood. So anything is possible in this race. I mean, the 23 spun in front of the field didn't hit anything. So these new COT cars, are we going to see the tire failures like real life? Who knows? Let's see what happens.
So worth mentioning in terms of, so for this one, 60 of Tim Randolph on the pole for this duel will be locked in. Locked in on points are the 08, 22, 7, 99, 16, and 49, with the 87 and 66 guaranteed to start through the winner's row.
Yep, so it's going to be in first laps of the CLT car as we're going down to the green. Randolph is yet to win in the Coke Vanilla Cup Series as he's coming down to the green flag here.
And the green flag is out for the duels at Indy.
Yep, as Fitzwater's behind him. He ran here about a few times. Chris Wilson, surprised to see him up for the front here.
And coming through turn number 1, Randolph looks like he will clear Dixon going into 2. Now will Fitzwater be able to clear off of turn 2? Yes, he will.
Oh, they're already trying to get 3 right there. William, who had that heartbreak last year, is trying to snake down the back.
Top 3 now are single file. Louvier is going to clear as well down the back straightaway. And they might have top 5 cleared by the time they get in turn 3. No, they won't. Ozkan, though, getting to the inside now of Matt Dixon.
Worth mentioning, Louvier did win this race in the 01 car last year, so he wants to kiss the bricks again.
Trying to kiss him for the 2nd straight year. Chris Wilson now looking for 2nd on Fitzwater down the front straightaway. Wow. Has to duck back in line.
Surprised to see Chris Wilson this far up in the field in a duel.
As Louvier tried to take a peek, couldn't quite make it work there yet. Already in the transfer spot, as we look back there, Ethan Keiderman came across the line in the transfer spot. Top 5 single file, trying to break away from the field. Make that top 10 now or single file as William Flickinger continues to, or sorry, no, that's Alexander Rowe. Got my yellow cars confused there for a moment.
Wow.
I mean, they're both yellow.
Well, if you're looking for somebody to watch out, the 01 car, they won here with Seth Cole and Chris Louvier. So that 01 team, doesn't matter who's driving, it's always a fast car here.
Although, to be fair, their past wins were with MB2 Motorsports and Ginn. Now it's DEI. 3 wide, though, is the Valvoline car. That's Kenny Moma there in the middle of a DEI sandwich down the front straightaway.
Seriously, this ain't going to
Oh,
work.
they're squeezing.
We saw Pollard spin off the front bumper of somebody last year in the race doing the same move, and they're going to make it almost.
Rowe had to get out of it.
Yeah,
Loses a ton of ground there through turn 1. Going to be outside of the transfer spot as they come off turn number 2 now.
There might be a green flag pit stop. I'm not sure. We could see one.
I'm not expecting one. But
I won't be surprised if it's fuel only.
Whoa,
as
God,
Wilson took a peek on Fitzwater, now is going to try and make the move through turn number 4.
A peek, he almost killed him.
Jack Halleck in the 27 also trying to make a move on the 19 car. Couldn't quite make it stick.
Tim Randolph is going to 7-Eleven and coming back. He is checking out.
Well, so far, but won't take much for this pack to catch him up again. As Ozkan clears his former ride for third. Here comes William Flickinger now, the 77. He's going to get a spot away from the 29.
Here comes you two. Zach Rogers on the bottom of the track. He's trying to push Dixon up here. Dixon has ran about every season except last year at this track.
Probably true, yeah. Ozkan now making the move for second on Chris Wilson into turn number 3. Can't make it work, though. Has to duck back in line, and that's going to open the door maybe for Flickinger. Couldn't quite get there. Dixon now trying to make the move on Fitzwater for the... I think that's for the 5th spot. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Tim Randolph does like this track. He scored his best career finish at 3rd last year here. So, yeah, definitely looking good right now for Tim.
Well, to be fair, though, his finishing spot doesn't matter in this duel as Chris Wilson now loses the spot to both Ozkan and the 77.
Yep. So worth noting.
Go ahead.
Not surprised to see Mark George back there. The 66 has won both D&Q races at Indy, and I don't think there'll be a 3P because they're locked in.
I can guarantee it's not going to be 3P because they're locked in.
Chris Wilson actually won the D&Q race here last year, so doing pretty good.
In that 66 car, no less, actually.
Yeah, Sam Curtis was the other driver, but the Curtises are not in the series anymore.
As Zach Rogers wasn't quite able to make the move work on the 70, and that might open the door now for Louvier as the two Petty teammates are running 8th and 9th. Can they work together to get around the 19?
The 43, I don't think they've made 3 consecutive starts in the last 3 years trying to make that record go away.
They might have with Jess in the car.
Yeah, we know Kev Damble didn't make 3 straight races.
I mean, you might want to make sure of that before you, totally throw it out there. As Kira Arenthade, with help from Pretty Shaw trying to make the race in the 01 for a change, as the last couple weeks.
Yeah, if they make it, they're going to have a shot here. The 37's coming through the field. Oh, my God!
As Stephen Paul III nearly made contact with the 17, Jack Halleck has fallen to the transfer spot now in that 27 car.
Back there, the dog, but Mary Shelley having another bad race in the might have to use another provision.
It would be 2 of them, but to be fair, they've built up a massive collection of them so far this season. As Halleck trying to send the 31 back to the transfer spot, and now it's going to be Fitzwater taking the spot away from the 31.
Yeah, that's a good job by them. As Mark
and Braddock's going to be sent to the transfer spot by the 29 car.
Yeah, they don't really know Patterson's stats here, but I don't think the 17s ran too well in Indy.
I don't think he was ever all that good, no. As Mark George takes the spot away from the 17, move the 66 into the transfer spot. That's big because that would lock the 42 into the race if he can hang on to a transfer spot. As Moman and Duncan try and pass the 17. And Baranowski's trying to set up the 84 into turn number 1.
Yeah, well, Patterson...
Oh, actually, I was wrong, apparently. Transfer spot the last time around was the 17. Now it's going to be the 21.
I don't have season 3, but according to my notes, the 17 has not finished higher than the top 30.
But Patterson's... I can confirm Patterson's is up to date, so you can look on the average finish and find his average finish of all of his finishes.
Daniel's wrecked out in the first race here.
Amy Shelley now takes the spot away from the 17. This is not even inside of the transfer spots right now. As Jeffrey White tries to get the transfer spot away from the 21. Coming off turn number 4, not going to be able to make the move yet. Down the front straightaway.
We actually won here in season 3. Alrighty, I guess I was wrong.
As Pretty Shaw makes a move on Arenthade. Stephen Paul III also going to follow through. And Matt Dixon going to start falling back a little bit as he's been passed by both of the Petty cars.
Yeah, that's a little surprise right there. Last year, I believe the 43 missed this. No, they actually finished 30th in this race last year. As the transfers, Jess and Amy Shelley is getting close to that top 30 mark. She got ready to pick up the pace a little bit.
In fact, actually, the car comes into this race 29th in owners. As Dixon, under pressure from the 84, nearly sent into the wall.
By just inches.
Seriously. Did we fix the attenuator?
Huh?
Did we fix the attenuator for this year?
It was
No,
fixed in
it's
between seasons. As Pretty Shaw now takes a spot away from the 19, as Zach Rogers now going to have to fend from Matt Dixon as well.
Let me see if Dixon looks here.
As Dixon should be able to grab that spot away. Arenthe going to follow through as well. Here comes Baranowskis as Arenthe tries to take a spot away now from the 70. Bless you. Not quite able to do so, as you haven't missed anything up front, although Samet Ozkan has started to reel him in. Here comes the 77 as well.
Got no help. Gonna go back to 4. No, maybe at least 3rd.
Yeah, big drafting track right here. The 77's been doing pretty good the last 2 weeks. Samet is doing pretty bad this year, but a shot in the arm, definitely kissing the bricks will be good.
As Wilson now falls back to 4th, has to regroup a little bit.
You just want to kiss some of that dirt, you know?
As top 3 now going to try and break away from the 22 of Wilson. All it'll take those to start battling a little bit, and he'll get back into that battle.
Very calm race compared to last year. There's a lot of wrecks, so good to see right here these drivers taking it easy in the duels, not wrecking cars up.
True. As William Flickinger now trying to make a move on the 8 of Samet Ozkan. Not going to be able to make it work yet.
Well, this is just like the real life NA pit. You just got to get to that quarter panel to get that side drift. The dirty air, you can't get along to somebody. You have no draft.
As Pretty Shaw going to try and pull out a line on the 45. Going to make that move work to break up the 2 petty cars here.
Yep, as the old one coming through, they must be bringing the Seth Cole car here or something.
Or maybe there's something about this track for that team, yeah. Arenthe now falling back a little bit, was in 8th, has now fallen back to, it looks like, about the 12th position.
Yeah,
meanwhile, we've had a change at the transfer spot. Last time by, it was the 19, but it looks like Mary Shelley might have grabbed that spot. It might have even been Amy Shelley.
Yeah, Amy's about to hop in the 08 pretty soon if the, the 78's got to make races.
As Arenthe trying to hang on that outside line right now.
Yeah, it looks like the draft is forming. Did Keiderman get top 30 after last week?
You know what? That hasn't been updated. That hasn't been updated yet.
Rip. It looks like somebody's gonna get hooked off the corner. They get it really loose at the tire. We got 4 laps to go too. Dylan Young's trying to get in the transfer spot back there.
Well, Amy Shelley came across the line in the transfer spot and has already passed the 37. So this battle right here between the 37 and the 08 is for the transfer spot to get in the race.
Yep, trying to get past a bunch of the veteran drivers right there. Dylan, Mary, and Dixon trying to get by some of these drivers here.
Well, Dylan Young is a couple spots out. Mary Shelley trying to avoid having to use back-to-back provisionals. As Jeffrey White now trying to make a move on the 21. Not going to be able to make it work. That's going to open the door for Braddock to try and make a move on his teammate here, as there's 3 laps to go in Duel 1.
Yep, 17 coming down the inside. That's going to put the 78 in a bad spot right there.
And Arenthe makes the move on the 78. That's going to put the 08 into the race as Mary Shelley follows through.
Yeah, that's going to hurt the 78 owners for sure.
Now 13. Can Amy Shelley regroup and get back into this one?
Position and block.
Yeah, or hope for a wreck too.
As Mary Shelley now trying to take a spot away from the 16. That would be for the 16th position, I believe.
Does anybody pit? That's the real question too.
It does not look like it, no. As Dylan Young going to make the move on Matt Dixon. Not a move that's going to make any difference, though, in terms of making the race. As that is just for the 18th position. There's Keiderman.
Yep, he's trying to go up there. He's got a good run. He caught back, though. He's trying to lay back and get a run.
As him and Brian Hart are working together, they're going to pass Matt Dixon, it appears.
Yeah. Yep, but he's got a long way to go in 2 laps to get to that Dylan Young car.
Well, Dylan Young has a ways to go, though, to even get to the 08. The 08 is actually in the transfer spot right now.
Yep, and that is what some people in the points want to see. Is
Jack Halleck is trying to pass the 43, who has fallen back to, it looks like, the 11th position. Fitzwater taking a spot away from MoMA. I thought you said the 10, 28, and 7 were all in the same duel, by the way.
I thought they were. I think I said somebody else. I might the 40.
Oh. As we're on the white flag lap, we'll go back up to
Randolph.
the leaders. We'll see if anything's happened up here. It has not.
Pretty much no.
Tim
We're pretty
Randolph
sure
is
stay like
checking out.
that.
Yeah, he's checking out. He's saying peace.
Yeah, just-
Sayonara, homie.
As
never mind.
Ozkan tried to take a peek at it on the
That
last
was a
lap.
li- that's
I
a
mean,
lie.
to be fair, it didn't really matter. Like, Ozkan can get in by not passing the 60. It's not going to change his row number either.
He might fail tech though.
Oh, what's
As coming off the final turn, Tim Randolph's going to dominate duel number 1. Racing their way in, though, will be the 8 of Samed Ozkan, the 77 of William Flickinger, and the 22 of Chris Wilson, the 01 of Pretty Shaw, the 84 of Stephen Paul III, the 45 of Raphael Leduc, the 11 of Alger Baranowskis, the 29 of Zachary Fitzwater, the 43 of Chris Louvier, the 27 of Jack Halleck, 21 of Jessica Shelton, 17 of Bill Bragg Jr., Kenny Moman in the 10, Jeffrey White in the
Dylan Young got
16, Kira Arenthade, and Mary Shelley getting the final transfer spot
Alright, so that
by
means
about a tenth.
Amy Shelley dropped like a rock and a half. Keiderman's gonna have to go to a sub car. Robert Pollitt's out. Gardner's out. It's gonna be interesting. Mark Zambros is out also.
Also out are going to be the 13, unless he can fall back on the winner's row. The 55 is not looking good either, but they could make it.
The 13 can't do that because the 66 and the 42 take the winner's row.
Well, no, the 66 has to, which means the 42 isn't in yet. 87, the 87 could race their way in. The 87 still has priority, though.
Yeah.
But no, actually, there is another reason why the 13 can't do the winner's row. And that is because 13 can't do winner's row because 78 didn't race on.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. There they are. So Keiderman's either going
Well,
to the
that
27,
and the 42. I forgot 42 is in this duel.
Open mouth, insert foot.
So 78 even
Keiderman's-
can't do winner's row.
78. I mean, Keiderman's either going to the 27 or the 82, 83, or 84.
Yep, basically. With that said, though, we've taken you through who's actually raced their way in. We'll bring you back for duel number 2. And welcome back. Getting ready for duel number 2. It is going to be Sam Young who's on the pole for this one, and his time is quick enough to be the pole sitting speed for the Indianapolis 500 and the 200th Coke Vanilla Cup Series race.
The Indianapolis 500.
Huh?
You said the Indianapolis 500?
Did I say Indy 500?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I didn't say that. I said for Indy.
Let's just move on, please.
Either way, Tristan Wilhoit's going to be starting alongside him in this one. Jack James, Time Pollard, row 2. Jonathan Zorline, Henry Williams in row 3 with James Qualls and Onjack in row 4. Show you a little bit of the rest of the starting grid, although we don't exactly have a great camera angle.
So we got.
You just interrupted him.
Command has been given. Because of what happened in duel number 1, we do know that the 49... There's trouble for the 46.
That's going to be 10 straight DQs. Never mind, they're still going.
Well, they're still going, but there's definitely some issues as that car was slow to roll off.
Now, interesting about this duel is the 96, the 46, and the 05 are on 7+ DQs straight. So, very interesting.
Showing the rest of the starting grid there.
We'll
what I was going to say, though, before seeing that was because of what happened in the other duel, we now know that the 7, 99, 49, 42, 12, and 70 are in on points. As the pace car pulls off.
Surprised 46 didn't go to pit road.
I'm surprised as well.
I just want to see how the restart is going to be.
As the green flag is out and the 46 did not go at all. And around goes Allie Nelson. Oh!
Oh my god, trouble. Oh my
Cole
god.
Deaver is around as well. Charles Sanford gets a piece of it in the 05. And that car is off the
That's never being
pace.
cute for Charles, so who cares?
I think it's time to bring back Ashley.
As 46 still holding up the 7.
Well, Allie Nelson was trying to tie Tom Gerard's record. That's not going to happen.
And you know what? We'll be right back to the action as well. And we're back. Jesse Turner's reporting something wrong with one of the wheels. It feels like a loose wheel. He's coming down to pit lane so the team can look
You need
at
tires, you idiot.
So Jesse Turner also with issues on lap one, or early on in this one. He's looking like he's not going to make the race. Also coming to pit lane is Austin LaPlante. Charles Sanford slow and looks like he'll come to pit lane, as well as the 40 of Allie Nelson. Meanwhile, up front, it is still Sam Young leading. Henry Williams has gone to second, and it's James Qualls in third.
Coming off the board, Sam finished 12th in a crash in season 2 here, so he's done all right in this track. I think he almost won here last year before pit stops derailed that.
As Qualls now up to second. Sanford's reached his pit box. Same for the 46, and looks like the 41's down and away. But now these guys are also losing a lap to the race leaders. As Qualls closes in on the 34, so not something we saw in Duel 1. This field looking a lot more competitive.
Yep, as here comes Henry down the inside. The 41's parked now on the apron.
No, they're just coming up off the track.
I'm going to have to watch out for that. That might lead to a wreck.
I think that's just pit stop.
No.
As Jack James now looking for third. 46 down and away.
Oh, no.
05 is out. I think I just saw him disappear. Yep, 05 out of this race. They will not race.
And that is Charles is tying a brand new record, 14 straight years.
I thought I already had the record.
You did. You're just a new track record away.
As Henry Williams now closing
That's
in on
for
the
pole
34. The 40 now has gone 2 laps down.
The 18 car trying to come down here. We found out the 18 has won the series before, but it's been a while.
As Henry Williams now to the race lead. Washed up the track a little bit.
Oh, man. Like we said, Duel 2 is always crazy.
Jack James going to follow through as well. Now can Sam Young just kind of ride it out a little bit? He's already got the pole. Just needs to keep the car in one piece.
Yeah, that's all they got to do. Yeah, the 18, it might have won in Season 3, but they haven't won since Season 1 at Kansas, the last time I seen, so.
Steve Pollard now going to try and take the spot away. Not able to do so yet.
That's all right for Steve. He's probably going to get replaced anyways.
As this time around, who's going to be in the transfer spot now? Last time it was Ryan George. This time it's Derek Hamill, as the 34 just chops off the nose of the 82.
Yeah, that wasn't nice. The 12 car's trying to stay up there. He made the race last week and didn't have the official, but he definitely doesn't want to have to use another one this week. That's going to put him in danger.
Well, they didn't have to use one last week, which does guarantee that they won't run out in this cycle of 3 races at least.
Yeah, so Ty
Currently
Pollard
was
is
scored in
falling
16th
back.
though.
Yeah, he's dropped back in the 83 car out of the race, which that will ensure Steve getting replaced, or Halleck, whichever way one works.
Well, Time Pollard's back here. Yeah.
Yeah, the 20
Zorline trying to battle with Ryan George. Derek Hamill's trying to get back into the top 17 if he's not in it currently. Seth Cole trying to battle with Onjack though.
Last weekend after
Actually,
Zorline.
Zorline was scored in the transfer spot. Now it's going to be William Brock though, off turn number 2. That'll have it.
Yeah, what's his name? Keidemann was pretty excited in that 20. He finished 17, so he's looking forward to that 27 car again. He really likes the speed of that Toyota.
Jesse Turner back there now 1 lap down in 28th, showing you a few of the guys. Matt Duncan looks to have had damage almost.
Yeah, we saw him in that crash. He turned Allie Nelson, remember?
Oh, yeah, true. Nelson is back on track. So is the 46 of Austin LaPlante.
Yeah, he's actually going pretty slow off the track. Brett Mulma tried to make his 3rd start with his win. Yes,
he's going faster than Allie Nelson.
Brett Mulma has missed 7 straight races. He's only made, like I said, 3 races since his last win.
Well, since his first and only win. Currently runs in 6th, though, behind the 82 of Steve Pollard.
Yes, the 96 team, it's been a struggling career from this. Here comes James Qualls.
Qualls
There goes
trying to
Sam
make the
Young.
move, but couldn't quite make it. Now Jack James fills that hole, and Sam Young going to try and take third back away from the 28.
Something we always fail to mention, Sam Young, the Season 2 Daytona 500 winner. I always forget his rookie year for some reason. As here he comes. He's been in the series for a while.
As Brett Moma now takes the spot away from the 82. 47, Gene Sanford, and the 48 of Kyle Matthews going to follow through as well. Gene Sanford now going to try and take the spot away from the 96.
The inaugural Brickyard 400 winner here, the Jeff Gordon of the series. Is here she comes. Oh, God.
Although, to be fair, unlike Jeff Gordon in real life, she does not have the titles to go with it.
Or the wins.
Or the win total, yeah. As
the
Gene
top
Sanford
5.
now clears the 96, and so does the 48 of Kyle Matthews. And
Yeah,
now
they
they
might-
will set their sights up on the top 4
might
as
catch
they're
the
separated
plan.
out a little bit.
Yeah, they might catch a lot of traffic by the end of this race. Who knows?
As
Oh,
Allie
they did-
Nelson would be the
you
next
mean
one
they
up,
definitely
and
will.
she's only going 155.
Oh, God, that's brutally so. She must have hit that concrete pretty hard. Oh, God!
Meanwhile, the leaders just exited turn 4 at 175.
Yeah, that 40 is not going to tie the record today. It's Ty Pollitt's the chance
This weekend.
Yeah, so Ty Pollitt is there. Zorline now.
Currently in the transfer spot is the 88 of Jonathan Zorline. Meanwhile, Qualls taking a look and a peek off turn number 2 for the race lead. They might catch Allie Nelson this lap.
Max Anderson up to 8. He's last week's winner. Yeah, they're going to catch her this lap. Now, if you catch her wrong, there's going to be a gigantic ass wreck.
Yeah, that would be the concern. Is definitely catching her on the wrong lap as Sam Young
Sam
up
Young!
and brushes the wall.
Oh, man, he must have had some of that Taco Bell last night to go that far off the track.
As they're going to catch Nelson
no.
on the straightaway.
That's a good
Oh,
part
that
to
was
catch her.
close.
Now, well, that's a good part to catch her at. We have to keep our eyes on this because turn 1's going to become death if she goes. Don't do it!
Gene
Don't do it!
Sanford gets by, but Kyle Matthews doesn't.
Yeah, that's going to be a split in the pack. Oh no, this is not going to. This isn't going to work.
As Rob Evans is going to
God,
use
Rob.
this to his advantage. Wilhoit's going to be blocked in behind the 40.
Oh god, this is making me nervous because when they get that corner panel, and of
Wilhoit
course,
now gets
of
around
course.
as now Steve Pollard gets blocked in behind.
I'm sorry.
Of course. Screw
As
11.
Nelson continues to be just in the way right now. Last time
At least-
around, the
at least on the high
87
side,
was in
not
the
both
transfer
sides.
spot. As
Rob,
now I
that's-
think it's going to be the 12 of Adam Flickinger that's in the transfer spot. Steve Pollard finally gets around the 40.
Yeah, but the damage has been done for sure. As everybody trying to scoot up here, as the 48 cars trying to come up through the field.
Well,
48
Kyle
is
Matthews gets
finished.
sent back by the 96 of Brett Moma, and Rob Evans and Derek Hamill decide to take advantage as well. As Gene Sanford has caught the top 4.
I can't confirm that the 48 has never won in the Cofino Cup, so he's second five time second place.
That's just in the points races.
Yeah, it's been a brutal stretch.
I don't
And
even think
Derek
that
Hamill-
car's won in the non-points races, the exhibitions. Might have won a duel, though.
I think they won the DQ race with Duncan once. Here comes Evans to the bomb.
Evans
Third.
taking a peek on the 96. Couldn't quite make a move yet. Matthews looks like he's trying to set up a move on the 00, but he's all over the back bumper of that champion Toyota as Evans makes the move on the 96.
Interesting side note, the 09 is only ran on even years, so we might not see him next year.
As they're not exactly catching the 46.
Yeah, but that
He's only
like
2/10 down on the race leader's last lap time.
Yeah, Jack James and another. Well, not really a new scheme. Somebody needs to sponsor Yates, as they are unsponsored this week.
As top 3 have broken away from the 34 and the 47. Jean was not able to make the move stick on the 34, but doing what she needs to at least just make this race.
Yeah, seriously. I think someone's going to make a move. I think Quaz is going to get down that inside, try to push her. Jack James is going to mess it up. And the transfer spot is Max Anderson still.
Or at least it's gone back to the 87 as Derek Hamill now makes the move on the 48 once again.
Yeah, you gotta be
As
careful
Brett
right there.
Moma continues to fall back.
Yep, as here they come.
He's fallen all the way back now to, it looks like, about the 16th position.
Jesse Turner's actually passing somebody back there.
But to be fair, the 41 is a lap down, so.
Will they catch Allie Nelson again? I mean, she was going so slow. What is shocked me?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be close.
Nelson is on the back straightaway. They've got a few guys in between first. As Qualls takes a look again.
To me, it's gonna be very close.
Jack James actually going to make a move now on the 26 into turn number 1. Not able to keep it there.
Gene's going to... Oh, man. Gene was pushing.
Gene is trying to use the 34 to help her catch the top 3 once again. And it's worked. 34 is now back inside of this pack.
Brett Bowman's the transfer spot the last lap.
Yep. And there is the 96. There's the car trying to chase him down.
Yep, Brock is not too safe in the point, so he needs to get up there as they are duking it out over here.
As MoMA using a little bit higher line, that's going to help the 20.
Yeah, for sure. The 96 is not in the right line. That's Max Anderson, last week's winner here. Also didn't mention the 81st row has won a Southern 500 too, so they got a lot of things on their resume.
As Seth Cole now on that outside line. Here comes MoMA, and that's going to help the 20 as well. William Brock now into the transfer spot.
Yep, it's coming down to 2 laps to go here. The leader is still the 18, I believe.
Yep, Henry Williams still leads. As Brock now tries to hand the transfer spot over to the 83 of Time Pollard.
Yep, try to go down the inside.
And Pollard not going to be able to clear. Well, I say that. He's able to use the outside line to his advantage though through turn 3.
Yeah, he's wheeling it.
Logan York going to grab 18th away from the 2 of Isaac Flickinger now.
There goes 2.
As there are 2 laps to go. And the transfer spot continues to be the 20 of William Brock now as Logan York looks to try and chase him down. Gibbs car versus Gibbs car. Seth Cole to 19th.
Yeah, good job. Seth's missed a couple races so it's been a tough break for the 5 stretch.
Onjak going to now have to hang on. He's on the outside line. Wilhoit's going to be sent up to the high line as well by Zorline.
Yeah, this is going to be who makes the race or not. I think the 18's got it in the bag up there, so.
Well, the white flag is out. Wilhoit, what in the world?
Wow, what a move. How did they not wreck?
As Kyle Matthews gave the 99 a break. As Henry Williams wins the duel, William Brock's the final transfer spot.
That's why I said that, Charles. I know I wasn't bugging.
I mean, that one actually did fly by. So drivers that will race their way in through this duel: Henry Williams, James Qualls, Jack James, Gene Sanford, Rob Evans, Derek Hamill, Ryan George, Jonathan Zorline, Adam Flickinger, Tristan Wilhoit, Kyle Matthews, Max Anderson, Peter Onjak, Brett MoMA, Time Pollard, and William Brock. So, gentlemen, your final thoughts on the duels?
It was definitely an interesting duel. Hopefully the action for the Cup race is a little more exciting and we don't have coolant issues in the race. James Qualls second. Good run by some guys. Look out for Gene Sanford to be the favorite. Only one replacement. Looks like Keiderman's going to the 27 again, so we'll see how he does try to match his 17th from last weekend. Going to the house, Allie Nelson will not tie the aforementioned Tom Shelley's record. This week, yeah. There's about 16 weeks to go for that. Jesse Turner, Matt Duncan will not make an Indy start. Adam McDowell, Steve Pollard, unfortunately, thank you to Allie. We're going to make sure we wreck her in the duels. I mean, the DNQ race. Austin the Plant, 10 straight, and Charles the 14. My respects to them. And Brett MoMA, that's his first race in 7 races he's made, so good luck to them. The 96 finished 25th in their only start for Hall of Fame at Indy. So I'm looking forward to Indianapolis. I hope myself we can kiss the brakes. If not, it's going to be an exciting race with strategy and hopefully some more action.
So Ashley, as you're just walking into my room, do you want to replace me in the 46? No? Okay. Well, we're looking forward. We're looking forward for Charles's 200th Coke winner race ever on this channel, and hopefully we'll have slightly more action. No stupid. Hopefully no one has issues like me. Are you sure? Okay, but I'm just looking forward for the Hooters race as well, and I mean it should be nice as well. That's all I gotta say.
We'll make sure.
I just ruined my reputation after saying that.
I can't.
I'm looking at you, Fitzy.
Well, we'll make sure Wayne James goes in the 46 next week.
So with that, congrats to Tim Randolph and Henry Williams on winning their respective duels. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a dislike if you didn't. Hey, okay, it works. It all helps the algorithm. Leave a comment down below as well if you'd like, or if you didn't watch the premiere with us. I know you watched.
What's wrong with you?
What?
I said, what's wrong if you didn't watch the premiere?
I only average about 4 or 5 people during a premiere. That's why I'm saying it.
The other 58 drivers, you're all crazy.
Well, I mean, to be fair, some of them actually also represent. Like, I represent 3 drivers and I'm there. So. But either way. So it's not like we have 58 different users.
Yeah, we're not that special.
So, with all that said, I've mentioned the like and subscribe. I didn't mention subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. As I got discombobulated basically while doing that. For Steven Paul III and Austin the Plant, though, you've been watching production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you Sunday.
I'll give you $500, Ash.